Okay, Hunter, we're going to read a book for you and Scarlett. It's called Dinosaur Babies by Kathleen Zofeld. Inside her egg, the tiny dinosaur baby squirmed. She bumped the eggshell with her snout, and her egg began to crack. She pushed with her legs. The top of the egg popped open, and she wiggled out. Bits of damp eggshell stuck to her head. She shook herself and toppled over on her chin. She was a Dinosaur, born more than 70 million years ago. What was life like for a baby Dinosaur, or for a baby dinosaur of any kind? Well, most of the dinosaur skeletons we see in the museum are huge. Imagine a dinosaur baby small enough to hold in your arms. What would happen to this tiny creature in a world of giants? Was she left to fend for herself? Or did her gigantic parents take care of her? It is hard to tell what kind of parents dinosaurs were. Fossils tell us almost everything we know about dinosaurs, but for most types of dinosaurs, fossils are scarce. Some animals alive today are related to or are similar to dinosaurs. When fossils are few, scientists often study living dinosaur relatives. These animals can help us understand how dinosaurs might have behaved. The lizards, turtles, and crocodiles of today are reptiles. Dinosaurs were reptiles too. Most reptiles lay hard-shelled eggs. We wouldn't call lizards and turtles the greatest parents. They lay their eggs and forget about them. When the babies hatch, they are on their own. Maybe some dinosaurs were like lizard parents. But of all the reptiles, dinosaurs are most closely related to crocodiles. Crocodiles make nests and fiercely guard their eggs from enemies. Since dinosaurs are most closely related to crocodiles than they are to turtles or lizards, it is possible that some dinosaurs were great guarders. But Dinosaurs were not fierce like crocodiles. They were peaceful creatures who spent their days browsing on bushes and sipping at streams. Were the Dinosaur lazy lizard parents, or were they protective parents like crocodiles? Scientists believe they may have been different from both. Birds of today are also related to dinosaurs. Like reptiles, all birds lay hard-shelled eggs. Most birds are careful parents. Not only do they build nests and protect their eggs, they also feed and watch over their babies until they are old enough to leave the nest. Scientists believe that some dinosaurs might have behaved like bird parents. For Dinosaur, an amazing number of fossil clues help to prove that they did. In Montana, scientists discovered a group of ancient Dinosaur nests filled with fossil eggs and babies. Near the nest were the bones of an adult Dinosaur. The name Dinosaur comes from the Greek word meaning good mother lizard. The fossils tell us that a baby Dinosaur started her life inside a small oval egg. The eggs of her brothers and sisters surrounded her in the great hollowed-out mound that was their nest. When the baby hatched, she was small and scrawny. She was hungry, but her legs were wobbly. She could not toddle out of the nest on her own. Like baby birds, she and her newly hatched brothers and sisters probably squawked for their mother. And what a huge mother she was. The newborns were about 18 inches long. That's about how long you were when you were born. Their mother was nearly the size of a school bus. Her enormous head loomed over the edge of the nest, but her babies were not scared. She held sweet berries in her mouth. The babies scrambled toward her and gobbled up the berries. Then they probably hunched together and fell asleep. While they slept, at least one grown-up stayed near the nest to protect them. Small, deadly, meat-eating dinosaurs called trudon. may have prowled the nesting grounds in packs. If Truden were allowed to raid the nest, many babies would be carried away for Truden snacks. Maiasaur parents were watchful. If a Truden attacked, a Maiasaur could stomp on it with its huge hind legs. When a Maiasaur baby was big and strong enough, she would follow her mother out of the nest. Fossils tell us that a young Maiasaur may have stayed with her parents for many years. Not far from the nesting ground, scientists found a vast area covered in Maiasaur bones. Some of the bones belong to youngsters and some to adults. Scientists believe that these are the remains of a Maiasaur herd. The animals in the herd would have protected the youngsters from the ferocious Tyrannosaurus, called Albertosaurus, that stalked the area. Sadly, the members of this particular herd must have died all at once when a volcano erupted, spewing hot ash and deadly fumes. Today, many types of birds gather together in nesting grounds, much like the Maiasaurs. And some travel in flocks, much like the Maiasaur herds. We know that bird eggs need to be kept warm so that they can hatch. Most birds sit on their nests to keep them warm. Dinosaur eggs needed to be kept warm too, but the 4,000-pound Maiasaur moms could never have sat on their eggs. If they had, the eggs would surely have been crushed. Bits of fossilized plants in the nest hint that perhaps Maiasaurs covered the eggs with leaves and branches. As the leaves rotted, they would have warmed the eggs. Smaller, leaner dinosaurs such as Truden and Oviraptor may have sat on their nests to hatch their eggs the way the birds do. In the dry country of Mongolia, scientists have found many nests and a few skeletons of the Oviraptor. In some ways, the Oviraptor even looked like a bird. It had long legs, a toothless beak, and a crest on top of its head. Oviraptor skeletons are very rare. Even so, 3 Oviraptors have been found lying on top of their nests. Oviraptors must have stuck by their nests with great determination. Whether Oviraptors took care of their babies after they were hatched, no one is sure. But there is an interesting clue. 2 tiny skulls of meat-eating dinosaurs were found in one of the Oviraptor nests. Did the mother Oviraptor raid the nests of other dinosaurs, returning with the tiny babies to feed her own young? That is one possibility. Scientists hope that, as more fossils are found, we may be able to tell for sure. Like lizards and turtles, some dinosaurs proudly laid their eggs and never thought about them again. Probably laid their eggs and never thought about them again. But we now know that Maiasaurs and Oviraptors and possibly many other types of dinosaurs built nests and guarded them. And some dinosaurs must have fed and protected their babies for months or even years. Life in the land of the giants may not have been as terrifying as we thought. Next time you go to the museum, take a look at Tyrannosaurus Rex. What kind of mom do you think she'd be? She may look pretty scary to you, but to her baby, she may have been as gentle as a bird. The end. I hope you enjoyed the book, kids. I love you very much.